In this clip, we're going to visit a frozen region, a region located in Siberia. Now imagine you're standing in the middle of this area. The cold wind chills you to the bone, and a massive crater has opened up in front of you, so huge it could swallow the entire city of New York. But the story isn't just about the size of this pit. The shocking reality is that the suction power of the air above this mine is so strong that flying any kind of helicopter over it is forbidden. Several helicopters have gotten close to it so far and were almost pulled down. Because this isn't just a mine, it's a living monster that pulls everything into itself with its very breath. So get ready, let's go inside this mine and see what's going on. But before we get into our topic, if you enjoy these kinds of strange stories, make sure to like the video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and hit that notification bell. The story begins in the summer of 1954. Somewhere deep in Siberia, a place where even wolves don't dare to roam too much. 3 Soviet geologists were searching for a strange type of rock, kimberlite. This rare volcanic rock usually forms alongside diamonds and is like a treasure map hidden underground. After 3 seasons of struggling through cold and mud, they finally found some of this rock at a strange place called Zarnitsa. That day, the history of diamonds in Russia was rewritten. But the following year, in 1955, the first major kimberlite pipe was notably discovered in another area called Mirny. And from that moment, the Mir mine was introduced to the world. A mine that soon became one of the largest man-made pits in history. Now, the story is reaching its climax. From here on, the story includes some exciting events, like using jets to melt the ice and blasting through the frozen ground. An annual production of 10 million carats of diamonds, and diamonds as big as golf balls. The creation of a dangerous air vortex above the mine that banned helicopter flights. The story of the De Beers Company. Strange plans to build a solar city under a glass dome inside the mine. The mine was shut down in 2004 due to flooding and the risk of collapse. When the discovery of the kimberlite pipe in Mirny was confirmed, nothing could stop the Soviets anymore. Stalin, who was just beginning to recover from the wounds of World War II at that time, saw this discovery as a savior. His country needed money, resources, power, and what could be more valuable than diamonds? In 1957, the construction of the mine officially began. An open pit mine, or as it's more technically called, an open pit mine. But this was Siberia, a place where winter temperatures dropped to minus 40 degrees Celsius. That means even engine oil would freeze. Tires would burst, and the ground was frozen solid to a depth of several meters. A thick layer called permafrost that couldn't be pierced by any pickaxe. Nevertheless, the engineers didn't give up. They used industrial jets to heat the ground. They blasted the ice with dynamite, and after 3 years, the mine officially began operations. By 1960, the Mir mine's pit had reached an astonishing size. With a diameter of over 1 kilometer or 6/10 of a mile and a depth of more than 525 meters or 1,122 feet. But the most astonishing fact is that in the 1960s, 10 million carats of diamonds were extracted from this mine each year. And nearly 25% of these diamonds were of such high quality that they went straight onto engagement rings and royal crowns. For example, the famous Alenko diamond weighing 1,285 carats, which belongs to Alrosa, or a stunning yellow diamond weighing an incredible 34,257 carats, named after the 26th Congress of the Communist Party, were both extracted from this mine. But the Mir mine didn't become famous just because of its size and diamonds. One of the scariest features of this mine is the airflow that comes out of it. The warm air inside the mine collides with the cold air at the surface, creating a vortex so powerful that several helicopters that got close to the opening barely managed to escape with their lives. That's why, from then on, flying over the mine was officially prohibited. Imagine an opening that seems to breathe like a living creature, pulling anything from the sky down into itself. But gradually, international companies started to show up. The most famous of them was De Beers, the powerful African company that controlled the global diamond market for years. But when they realized that the Mir mine was producing millions of carats of diamonds, they became worried. Because this mine could flood the market and drastically drive down the price of diamonds. In 1970, representatives from De Beers requested to visit the mine. At first, they kept postponing it day after day. But after 6 years, they finally allowed them to come. But when they arrived in Moscow, they were delayed so much that by the time they finally reached the Mir mine, they only had 20 minutes to visit. In any case, prices were kept under control and the global market remained unified. But in the meantime, Russia made billions of dollars in profit. Until the early 2000s, the Mir mine, also known as Namen or Alrosa Mir mine, remained active. Let me also tell you that the Alrosa company was the operator of this mine, but in 2004 it was suddenly shut down. But why did flooding and the risk of collapse at the mine's depths make further deep excavation impossible? Because it had become extremely dangerous. In this way, one of the most magnificent diamond mines in the world entered a period of silence. But the story doesn't end here. In 2010, a Russian company called AB Elise announced that it wanted to build a futuristic city inside this mine. A city with a glass dome, solar energy, and a capacity of over 10,000 people. Of course, this was just a promotional concept and was never actually implemented. It only remained as conceptual and advertising renders. But according to the latest official information, the Mir open pit mine is inactive. However, underground mining in the surrounding area is still ongoing. The company Alrosa, which is now the largest diamond company in Russia, controls the surrounding mines. Of course, in 2017, a dangerous underground accident caused 8 people to lose their lives, and after that, many projects were postponed. Now, if you want my opinion about this mine, I have to say that it's not just a pit. It's a symbol of human power, courage, and of course, greed. There are parts of the story that make you feel proud. And in some parts, you feel fear. Was it really worth it to build something like this in the heart of the freezing cold? Maybe yes, maybe not. But now it's your turn. If you were in the shoes of those Soviet geologists, would you have searched for kimberlite in that cold or gone back home sooner? Leave a comment and share your opinion. I always love to read the audience's perspectives. But the Mir mine was not just a mine. It was a money printing machine for the Soviet Union, which managed to revive the post-war economy with it and even bring Western companies to their knees. But at the same time, it showed that nature doesn't joke around with anyone, whether it's with its tornado-like winds or its underground floods. But this was just another story from around the world. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video and share it with others so they too can learn about the treasure that was hidden amidst the snow and ice of Siberia.